Hello, friends. Welcome to our channel. I hope all of you are staying safe and doing well. As you know, for the last few days, RBI Assistant Exam is the buzzword at ixamBee. So we've been talking about the different aspects of the exam. We're talking about the syllabus. We're talking about uh, previous year question papers. We're talking about content areas. So that's a new buzzword. So we know that the notification is not here as yet, but time is golden, right? So we should not waste on time. So the best way to approach this exam would be to start preparing right now, right? So let's make most of the moment that we have in our hands and let's try to be positive. So with this in mind, today let's talk about close test. And if you are planning to sit for the exam and you are looking for an online course, you've come to the right place because our new batch is starting on 24th May 2021. So this is the time to get enrolled. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about certain things today in this video. We're going to start off by talking about what is cloze test, which all of you know, just a quick review. Then we're going to move on and then I'm going to tell you different tips that you need to remember when you're sitting in your exam and you have that cloze test right in front of you. How do you approach it? And then we're going to follow it up with two cloze passages. So this video is gonna be a little bit longer because we're gonna try to work out two cloze passages. Okay. Now, if you must be already aware of the fact that the English syllabus, the content area, fillers and cloze tests, they occupy a very, very important position because when it comes to cloze test is basically it's a test of comprehension. The examiner wants to test how much have you understood the passage. So it's basically a test of your comprehension skill, right? And then certain words are removed, taken off from the passage, and those blanks are left. So what you need to do is that you need to fill in those blanks and give the passage a close. A close means what? A closure. You basically need to complete the passage by filling in the blanks, right? Okay. Now, how do you approach this topic? As I said, the first thing that you need to remember that cloze passage is a test of your comprehension skill, right? So if it is a test of your comprehension skill, so what you need to do is that you need to try to understand the passage very, very carefully. Therefore, the first thing that you need to remember that you need to keep calm. You should not panic. What happens is that most of us, when we get that passage in our hand, we panic because too many words. It's a difficult passage. Maybe it's talking about a thing that you do not know. Maybe it's got words that you do not understand. So our first reaction is to panic. How will I do it? Don't panic. You need to keep calm, right? Because if you panic, it will cloud your brain and you will not be able to understand the passage very carefully. And that is what is required. You need to understand the passage carefully. The next thing is to find the theme of the passage. What is it talking about? If you understand the theme of the passage and the author's tone, for example, is it a sarcastic piece? Is it a funny piece? Is it a narrative piece? What is it talking about? And what is it exactly talking? It's talking about a game. Is it talking about some political incident? Is it talking about some economic crisis? The moment you understand the theme of the passage, that will help you with point number 4, our process of elimination. Once you understand what can be the probable word, you can discard the rest. can also discard others based on tense consistency, the fact that how well that word fits in the blank. So this is a quick way of trying to eliminate whatever is unnecessary. The next thing is that don't get stuck, move ahead. This is somewhere similar to don't panic, because if you're sitting too long with that one close test, you are losing out on vital time which you can use elsewhere, right? So don't get stuck. You need to move ahead. You can always come back to it later. Next, you need to find the right word. So you need to use the process of elimination for that. And the last thing is that you reread the passage. You have to read the passage and ask yourself, how does it sound? Does it sound correct? Are the words appropriate? So rereading the passage is very, very important, right? Okay. Now, this is the first exercise that we are going to work out. It's got a passage. Words have been taken out. There are six blanks, right? Let's try to work it out. Okay, it is quite dash why India's contact with ancient Egypt finds so little mention. Now, what are we talking about? We are talking about the fact that in India, nobody really talks about ancient Egypt. Is it something obvious? Is it something that happens regularly? No. If you read it, you will understand it's something that's pretty confusing. No one knows the reason why. So now, since you have been able to successfully understand the first line, let's look at the options. Sizzling? No, sizzle means to, it's the sound that when you fry something, cook something, that's the sound, the sizzling sound. Dazzling, bright colors dazzle you, right? Puzzling, puzzle. That should be the clue. So, why there is so little mention of ancient Egypt in India is a matter of bewilderment. People are amused. So, astounded. It's puzzling. So here, puzzling is the right answer. Let's look at the next one. In recent times, even Bollywood does not seek Egyptian locales, though there is vast. Now, so Bollywood doesn't look for Egyptian locales because there is vast something. Though means they do not look for locales in spite of the fact that Egypt does have some beautiful locations. So what are we talking about? To tap that source, we are looking for possibilities. Egypt has beautiful locales. It has beautiful locations. There is immense possibility of making beautiful movies by using Egyptian scenes, Egyptians locations. Now look at the options. Credential, does it mean possibility? No, credential means achievements, qualifications. Exponential, does it mean possibilities? You must be working on your math. So exponents, something that rises very fast, right? Providential comes from the word providence, doesn't mean possibility. Potential, there you go. So here our answer is D, potential. There is vast potential to tap that source. Let's move on to the next one. Like shooting in and near the pyramids or the desert scenes with the Sphinx as the center of attraction, though India and Egypt have much in common with Ganga Yamuna Valley civilization and one on the Nile, Father Shihor. Over 45 years ago, one met an Egyptian scholar, Muhammad Ali, who was staying in the same hotel as the walled city in which this scribe stayed. So we're talking about staying for some point of time, right? We're looking for time, words that talk about time, right? Time in the sense that Not that, that's on the clock. Yes, we're looking for number of days, number of years, number of months, something like that. Look at the options. Decade. Don't even go further. It's not talking about time. So you should discard this. Decade. Maybe. Maybe. But look at the word a decade, yes, fits. A years doesn't fit. Decade, no way. Dissuade, no way. See, the moment we understand what we are talking about, it's so fast to follow the process of elimination. So, in which the scribe stayed for a decade. Next one. Muhammad Ali was not a dash type of Muslim. So we're looking for a word that defines his religious temperament, right? Let's look at the options. For a hunch, hunch refers to a body part. Staunch, yes, someone has very strong religious beliefs, a staunch follower, a staunch Muslim, right? It fits. Very pious. So staunch. Strong. No, it's talking about physical attributes. Paunch. Paunch is a tummy, a pot belly. No, it doesn't fit. Scorch means to burn something fiercely. So here, but this is also a test of your vocabulary if you can understand. So here, staunch is the right answer. He was more interested in the Egyptian gods and goddesses, probably because he claimed to be a something of an old family which did not convert fully and stuck to its beliefs of Isis, Osiris, Seti, and sun god Ra of the land of Kem, because he claimed to be a part of an old family, right? A part of an old family, right? Now, which is the word? Decadent, remnant, descendant, residue, which is the word that we use when you talk about your family and you are being a part of your family. We talk about descendant, right? Descended from the family, he hailed from the family. Muhammad Ali had come to trace into Indo-Egyptian links. The biggest link was found in South India, from where women of Malabar were employed as maids in pharaonic places. Cleopatra, who had several, we're talking about people who something other duties also massaged her. So she's talking about she had people, right, who apart from massaging her did something else. So we're talking about doing more things at a time, right? So between no, while no, beside, sitting next to someone doesn't work. Besides, right, this one works. Besides other duties, apart from other duties, also massaged her and put her to sleep with their songs of love and longing. Otherwise, Indian interaction was limited, despite museum mummies, right? So there goes our first passage. So what is the clue, the trick? The trick is to understand the passage very carefully and then try to eliminate the options. So I have a homework for you. So if you move on and you look at the rest of the video, here there is another another passage that I'm leaving for you, right? It's a passage that talks about Britain's healthcare services and how it was breached by a malware, a ransomware, a virus. So it's a very, very interesting passage. You can take a look at it. This happened quite some time back, and it's very interesting. It's almost like a mystery story that happened. So here we're talking about a virus that's infiltrating and threatening medical devices. So especially with the pandemic going on, this really has the potential to blow on and create a chaos, destruction. So there are 5 blanks, right? So I'm scrolling through all the blanks, and you can see the options and try to work it out and try to put down the options in the comment section. And I'm going to take a look and I'm going to let you know if you're right or wrong, right? So this is the first question. The first one, the blank is 1. So here are the 4 options. This is the second one. So our options are sight, finding, detail, peep. Here is option 3. Creep, haunt, wander, and lurk. You can just pause the video and you can work it out. Work this out. This is option 4. And here is option 5. So go ahead, work this out, and leave your answers in the comments section, and I'm going to take a look at it. So do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you like this video, and hope you enjoyed this session. You found the video useful and you will be able to handle cloze test better next time. So stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video. Thank you and all the best.